Hi guys, good evening, and welcome back once again to The Edward. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I'll be discussing what I thought of the latest and super good new episode of I Know What You Did Last Summer. No, not you personally, that's just the name of the show I've been watching. Sorry. The latest episode dropped today on Amazon Prime, and it is the second to last episode before the season finale, which is dropping next week. Finally had a chance to watch it. That was pretty damn good. That probably was one of their best episodes, and I'm hoping it's going to be topped by next week's episode, which is, of course, the season 1 finale. So before I get into all of that and I talk too long and too much, of course, please be warned, as usual, with most of my episode reviews, this is a spoiler-filled episode review. If you're not caught up on I Know What You Did Last Summer by this episode, or perhaps the past episode before this one, you do not want to keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing spoilers. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. First and foremost, I love how we as an audience clearly know that this shit isn't over, and that's not just because the next episode is the season finale, but if you've seen enough horror slasher films, or just horror films in general, when a large group of people falsely identify somebody as the murderer or the main monster, in this case murderer, it's like, yeah, that is way too easy and too convenient. So as horrible as this may sound, I'm kind of glad that we got a confirmation that Clara was killed. I was kind of hoping the same for Dylan towards the end of this episode, but then when it's revealed he's seemingly turning himself in at the police station, I was like, oh no, are they really going to make him the killer? It would be too obvious. I'm really hoping he's covering for or protecting someone, or maybe he is so hurt and betrayed by Allison's revelation that she is not Lennon but Allison. He might be so hurt by that he's going to tell the cops about the freak accident where they killed Lennon. So who knows? But I really hope the killer isn't Dylan, and I hope it's just someone close to him that he's protecting, because it just feels way too obvious that he's the murderer. I like that we got a pretty decent look at the murderer, whoever it is. I can't tell if they were wearing a mask or if they just had their hood covered so over their face so well we couldn't see them. And I was also surprised that Margot wasn't murdered, because I thought she was as good as dead once the murderer pushed her out the window, and I thought she fell into her driveway below, but she didn't fall that far. So I guess she just was pushed out the window and just got caught up. So I don't know if the killer was trying to kill her or just wanted to wound her or something. I honestly don't know, but I was expecting her to die, because the trailer for this show teased her death, because it teased this scene when the murderer sneaks up behind her. But hey, she survived. Although we did lose another major player, they confirmed Riley's fate in this episode, because I was kind of holding out hope for her that she was going to be okay, although she had lost her whole arm, so she probably just died from blood loss and shock, and then being propped up in such a disrespectful, honeyed way too. And then, obviously, the murderer, possibly Dylan, did the same thing to Clara, so now everybody's thinking, oh, Clara's dead now, so, she was the murderer, let's all remember the victims respectfully, move on with our lives. And then we've got a time jump of 3 weeks later. I was like, oh, okay, shit. And then they got a little gratuitous doggy-style sex scene to remind us, hey, we're on a streaming service, we can show you whatever the hell we want, and which led to a fairly naked love scene between Dylan and Allison later. I also liked how the scene leading up to their love scene was very reminiscent of my favorite horror movie, Scream, the first one, with Billy Boyfriend sneaking into Sydney's window right before they try to go to Pound Town, but in that film they don't. But that is how we are introduced to both characters. It was very reminiscent in this episode how he snuck back to her window, snuck in, and they actually did go to Pound Town, but their love-making ended when she revealed, this horrible secret that she's been posing as her dead sister, which understandably pissed him off. So I feel like things are really going to come to a head in the season 1 finale. I'm just hoping we get an official, definitive, positive identification and confirmation as to who the murderer is and why they've been doing all this. Like, were they really that upset that they covered up a poor teenage girl's car accident? I don't know. The mom is back, which was interesting. Not sure if it seems too obvious if she would be the murderer. I don't think she is, but she does seem to be a disruptive presence in her loved ones' lives. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But overall, great episode. You know, it had some surprises and it had some great dramatic revelations too, which can always be fun in a entertainment setting, not in real life. But I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the season 1 finale. I am curious if this is meant to be a 1-season show, or if they intend to do a second season, possibly continuing the storyline, or maybe a new killer, new motive every season. Who knows? So we'll see, but what we do know is that the season 1 finale will be on Amazon Prime a week from now. So I will be doing my episode review for that. So I hope you guys check in for that one too. All right, guys, thanks for watching this episode review. Hope you liked it. What did you think of this episode? Love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it as always. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you next time. And of course, until next time, what's your favorite scary movie?